What if Rasputin's death was a darker, more tangled conspiracy than the legends claim? Grigori Rasputin's final hours have fed myths and midnight tales for over a century. A charismatic mystic and controversial presence at the Russian court, he inspired fear and devotion in equal measure. Stories of poisoning, shooting, drowning, and miraculous survivals grew faster than clear facts. On the night of December 30th, 1916, a small group of nobles decided to end his influence over the Romanovs. Prince Felix Yusupov, Grand Duke Dmitry, and right-wing conspirators lured Rasputin to Moika Palace under false pretenses. They first offered wine and cakes spiked with cyanide, according to dramatic retellings that would become legend. When the poison seemed ineffective, Yusupov allegedly shot Rasputin several times in a dimly lit room. Believing him dead, the conspirators wrapped his body and threw it into the freezing Neva River as evidence of finality. Autopsy records and testimonies later suggested a more complicated reality than the lurid accounts. Some reports imply Rasputin may have been alive when submerged, making drowning a plausible cause of death. Other archival documents and witness statements point toward severe internal injuries consistent with torture or a brutal beating. Conflicting medical notes and political secrecy of the time make a definitive forensic narrative impossible. Historians now piece together fragments, weighing propaganda, personal agendas, and the chaos of wartime Russia. Rasputin was both a scapegoat for broader political failures and a symbol of Tsarist decay in the public imagination. His death accelerated conspiratorial thinking and became a rallying story for radicals, monarchists and revolutionaries alike. The sensationalized versions served agendas and sold newspapers, obscuring sober archival truth for decades. Modern scholars rely on contemporaneous police reports, autopsy summaries, and later memoirs, all of which contradict each other. While some evidence favors poisoning or a single lethal gunshot, other material supports drowning or post-mortem staging. The most honest conclusion is that Rasputin's death was messy, secretive, and shaped by those who wanted control over the story. Whether deliberate murder, chaotic violence, or a mix of both, the event marked the end of an era and the rise of revolutionary fervor. This murky ending tells us more about the collapsing Russian Empire than about the man himself. The story remains a cautionary tale about power, rumor, and history's hunger for villains. If you loved this dive into history, subscribe to the channel and like the video to support more stories like this one.